the CEO of Crescito, which provides HR services to small and mid-level companies here in the tri-state area. I also work with entrepreneurs with an organization called TIE. I am the chairperson of their Young Entrepreneurs Program. In selecting the topic that we are going to discuss today, this panel is going to discuss today, we debated it quite a bit because it says high-end IT. And high-end IT actually signifies different things to different people. But I think a nice way of explaining it came from Suresh Nair, who spoke just before lunch. And he explained why it is important for Kerala, which is a late entrant into the IT game, to pick areas which are not conventional, which are more in terms of trending areas in IT. And that's the reason why we are going to talk about what is trending in IT today and how we can set up infrastructure here in, infrastructure in Kerala to actually exploit that. In doing that, we can actually learn from the mistakes of other companies, other entities that have done this in other states in India, and then we can hone ourselves onto technologies that will actually make sense. Like, for example, cloud computing, big data analytics, social platforms, data security, and privacy. So, as our first speaker, I'd like to invite Dr. Abraham Phillips of Sabre Cloud Solutions. He will be talking to us about opportunities in big data. He'll be followed by Madhu Pillai, CEO of Shreo, who will talk about cloud computing, and Mr. George Abraham, the former CTO of the UN, will be talking about his personal experience in setting up offshore facility in Kerala to conclude our session here.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
I want you to believe in the potential for big data here and in Kerala. I'm an enthusiast, a preacher, a campaigner for the big data concept. I want the entrepreneurs, the technologists, and the investors in this group to buy into the concept of big data. What is big data, you may ask? Why should you believe in the potential for big data? You might ask, what is happening in Kerala on big data at this point? Because we talked about a lot of technology here. Now, if you want to do anything back in India or back in Kerala, you need a foundation. If there is a foundation, you can build on it. If you don't have a foundation, then you have to build the foundation first. So a lot of difficulty with many of the technologies or in implementing new technologies in Kerala is that there is not enough foundation. But I tell you, for big data, there's a very strong foundation there. You believe me. What resources are available? How could we begin to generate interest in big data and bring potential stakeholders together? Now, what is the foundation in Kerala about big data? I'll talk about what big data is in a minute, but that slide speaks for itself. IBM is taking an interest in implementing big data in here. Now, is there a client? Yes, there is a client. Kerala Water Authority. IBM, the key words that I want you to look at there is, the key phrase is analytics and mobility solutions. Analytics means they are measures derived from data. Okay? Mobility has to do with handheld devices. It's movable. You can do or access analytics anywhere. Now, this is a very good example. You take data, analyze it, monitor it, and manage it. Okay, please, next slide. Okay, this is what IBM is doing in Kerala. Kerala Water Authority uses IBM big data analytics and analytics technology for seamless water distribution in Thiruvananthapuram. IBM solution will help KWA in 100% water supply. Analytics and mobility solutions are used to monitor water distribution and prevent water loss from leakages. Next slide, please. Okay. Challenges for Kerala Water Authority. Challenges for Kerala Water Authority, what are they? It has to supply water to 210,000 households in Thiruvananthapuram. Aging pipes, leaking infrastructure, unauthorized use of water, 45% of fresh water unaccounted for or wasted. Imagine that. Unable to track performance of water treatment facilities. Are they cleaning the water right? Unable to track water consumption by consumers, and billing anomalies and gross inefficiencies in revenue collection. Should I need to speak more about problems? Now, next slide. Objectives of building a water management center using IBM Intelligent Operations Water Software. Infrastructure to monitor water consumption and wastage. Analytics to help identify potential issues proactively, dramatically reduce water waste, improve customer satisfaction, increase efficiency of maintenance and operations. Let me pause there for a minute. Just think about it. If we can do those things, is big data worth it? Now, regardless of what you think big data is, we will talk about it in a second. Big data doesn't necessarily have to be big. Okay? The problem is that there is so much information out there. We have to sift through it, condense it, and convert that data into information. There's a big difference between data and information. Data and information are not interchangeable. Data means simply data. That's numbers. That is up there. Information is actionable. If you have information, like for example, how much water is being wasted? 45%. That's an analytic. Now, if this process is going to reduce that water wastage from 45% to 25%, well, that 25% now is another analytic. You compare the two, clearly we are saving 20% of water wastage, we are avoiding that. So, big data has to do with large amounts of data, but you have to search through it, take the data that you want, analyze it, and produce analytics out of that, and use it for actionable activities. Okay, go on to the next slide, please. Now, how do you do it? Smart sensors, monitor water usage. Now, here we are getting into I'm a statistician by training. Oh, everybody tells a story. I tell you, I went to the University of Kerala University Center in Karivattam. We were the first batch there. That was 47 years ago, 48 years ago probably. At that time, we had to do a lot of calculations. And there was a calculator, and we had to do a lot of calculations. Okay, we are given, there was a statistic lab, and there were machines lined up on the desk there. And you know how to calculate it? Well, I can tell you how to calculate it. It's like a small typewriter. You press one button, that enters the number up there. Another button, if you want to multiply 35 by 52, you press a button, then 3 appears like in a the old speedometer in the car. So there's 35 up on the panel there. Then you turn it 5 times to multiply 35 by 5. If you want to multiply by 25, you shift it, then turn it another 2 times. Or maybe it's the other way. But that's the way we used to do it. Then I started working at Tumba, and they had one of the first computers that could be called computers. That was 1969, I believe, 69, 70. So IBM 360, that was one of the most advanced computers at that time. And by the time I left there, it was IBM 370. I came to University of Windsor in 1973, and they had IBM 370 at that time. So we had the latest computers at that time, but at that time, IBM 360, I guess the memory was 250K. Okay, so you can see the difference. The reason I'm saying is that today, you're marrying statistics with computers. Now, when you do that, this is what you can do. That is analytics and mobility.